Beloved listeners, 26 is not merely another year. It is a portal, a turning point for those who understand the unseen laws that govern wealth, opportunity, and destiny. Riches are not accidents. Prosperity is not coincidence. It is a deliberate alignment with the higher laws of thought, vibration, and spoken word. Those who grasp this truth, those who dare to believe before they see, will walk into a year where gold flows to them with effortless grace. The first law of wealth is the law of mind. The outer world only mirrors what is established within. Poverty is not the absence of money. It is the absence of rich ideas. If your thoughts are limited, your conditions will echo that limitation. But the moment your inner dialogue changes, the moment you begin to declare abundance as your reality, the universe must rearrange itself to reflect your new vibration. In 2026, the wealthiest people will not be those who work hardest. They will be those who think in harmony with abundance. Begin to speak as if your riches already exist. Say aloud each morning, I am one with the infinite supply. Every idea I need comes to me now. Words are invisible seeds, and every declaration plants a future harvest. When you move through your day, refuse to dwell on lack. Do not speak of delays or disappointments, for to do so is to water the wrong seed. Instead, look upon every setback as divine redirection. The unseen realm is always orchestrating something for your good. When the door of opportunity seems closed, it only means a greater door is being prepared. The rich man's secret is this: he does not panic when appearances contradict his faith. He holds his words steady until the invisible becomes visible. In 2026, money will flow to the bold, the expectant, and the spiritually disciplined. The economy may fluctuate, markets may shake, but those anchored in spiritual law remain unmoved. You do not live by the economy. You live by divine supply. When fear whispers that there isn't enough, answer it with truth. Infinite intelligence never runs out. I am connected to endless channels of wealth. The moment you affirm this, new paths open. Ideas, alliances, and opportunities that could not appear while you were vibrating in fear. Let gratitude become your magnet. Each morning, give thanks not only for what you have but for what is on its way. Gratitude multiplies everything it touches. When you thank the universe for invisible blessings, they rush into visibility. Many block their prosperity by complaining about delays, forgetting that complaint is a statement of disbelief. Wealth comes to those who trust divine timing. In 2026, the greatest currency is consciousness. You must decide to think richly, speak richly, act richly, and expect richly. You must refuse to participate in conversations of scarcity. You must hold a silent knowing that everything you touch turns prosperous, because you are aligned with the source of abundance itself. Begin to treat money as a loyal servant, not a master. Bless every bill you pay. Send it forth saying, return multiplied. For whatever you bless increases. And remember this, opportunities are spiritual signals. When an idea arrives, do not delay. The moment you act on inspired thought, the universe rushes to assist you. Indecision is a form of poverty. Faith is action in motion. Many miss their wealth because they hesitate, but those who move in confidence, who dare when the way is unclear, find that unseen hands move obstacles out of their path. As you enter 2026, release the belief that wealth must come through struggle. Struggle is resistance. True abundance flows through ease, faith, and expectation. You were never meant to chase money. You were designed to attract it. Your wealth will meet you at the level of your consciousness. So speak the word of abundance. Think the thought of increase. Expect prosperity in every transaction, every meeting, every idea. Let your imagination be filled with the life you desire, and hold it there until it crystallizes into form. In this new year, remember your riches are already written in the invisible. All that is required is alignment, your words, your thoughts, your faith. When these agree, the universe has no choice but to obey. The mind is the magnet of wealth. And in 2026 this truth will separate those who prosper from those who merely survive. Everything you experience in the outer world is a reflection of your inner vibration. The invisible blueprint of your life is drawn by the thoughts you permit to live in your mind. If those thoughts are rich, abundant, and filled with gratitude, the results will mirror that abundance. If they are filled with fear, limitation, and doubt, the results will mirror that as well. The first secret of wealth is to understand that the mind is the true bank account, and the deposits you make in it, through thought and imagination, determine your financial destiny. You can never rise above what you believe about yourself, and you can never receive what you secretly feel unworthy of. Wealth begins with mental ownership. When you think, speak, and feel rich, you magnetize conditions that match that frequency. In 2026, opportunities will move faster than ever before. And only those with minds trained in clarity and abundance will see them. Most people will be too distracted by outer noise to recognize the quiet whispers of inspiration that lead to fortune. The mind that is filled with worry cannot hear divine guidance. You must silence fear by feeding your mind only with thoughts of expansion and success. Think of your mind as a garden. Every thought is a seed. You cannot plant weeds of doubt and expect flowers of wealth. When you wake in the morning, your first thought should be one of gratitude for the abundance already flowing to you. When you rest at night, let your last thought be of expansion and peace. The mind that rests in gratitude grows magnetic power overnight. The law of attraction is exact like attracts like. If your dominant thoughts are of wealth, opportunities that match that energy must appear. You do not chase them. They find you because your vibration is a signal the universe cannot ignore. To turn the mind into a magnet of wealth, you must become the master of your inner conversation. The words you say silently to yourself are the invisible architects of your future. If your inner voice constantly says, "I can't afford this," or "things never work out for me," then you are programming lack. The subconscious mind does not question, it obeys. When you speak limitation, it creates limitation. When you speak abundance, it creates abundance. Start by replacing every word of fear with a word of power. Instead of saying, "I can't afford it," say, "Infinite supply meets every need." Instead of saying, "Money is hard to make," say, "Money flows to me with ease and purpose." Repeat these truths until they become part of your mental atmosphere. The mind magnetizes what it believes most deeply, not what it wishes for casually. The more you affirm your abundance, the stronger your magnetic field becomes. Visualization strengthens this magnet even further. When you vividly see yourself in possession of your desired wealth, feeling it, living it, using it wisely, you are impressing your subconscious mind with an image it must reproduce in your outer world. The mind cannot distinguish between imagination and reality. It simply creates according to the image it holds. That is why daydreams of abundance are not fantasies. They are rehearsals of destiny. Spend time each day in mental pictures of success. See your home as you wish it to be, your bank account as full, your business thriving, your relationships harmonious. The more real it feels within, the faster it materializes without. The wealthy understand this. They see it before they hold it. Their vision magnetizes the resources, people, and opportunities required for its manifestation. Faith is the electric current that powers this magnet. Doubt disconnects it. When you begin to think abundantly, fear will try to argue against you. It will whisper that you are being unrealistic, or that times are hard. But you must remember that the outer world is always a delayed reflection of inner belief. If you continue to hold the thought of wealth, even when appearances deny it, you strengthen your magnetic field. Every time you choose faith over fear, you increase your power. Every time you speak wealth when lack appears, you prove mastery over the illusion of limitation. Wealth is not about chasing circumstances. It is about commanding them through the authority of consciousness. When the mind knows its divine connection, it no longer begs for provision. It attracts provision naturally. In 2026, technology and markets will evolve rapidly. But the human mind will remain the greatest instrument of creation. Those who control their inner world will direct the flow of outer wealth. You must decide to use your mind as a creative instrument, not a storage room for worry. When you focus on what you want instead of what you fear, you emit a frequency of certainty. That frequency draws ideas, people, and timing into perfect alignment. Imagine two people facing the same opportunity. One thinks, "This might fail." The other thinks, "This is my moment." The opportunity responds to belief, not doubt. The confident one magnetizes success because energy follows conviction. The timid one repels it because energy avoids resistance. To become a magnet of wealth, you must stand mentally firm in your identity as a prosperous being. Declare daily, I am rich in ideas, rich in faith, rich in opportunity. The mind that accepts this truth cannot help but demonstrate it. The secret power of this magnet lies in emotional alignment. Thoughts without feeling are weak. Thoughts infused with emotion become commands to the universe. When you think about your goals, do not merely state them, feel them. Feel the freedom of financial independence, the relief of abundance, the joy of contribution. Emotion charges thought with magnetic power. That is why gratitude, joy, and confidence are wealth, building emotions. They vibrate at a frequency that draws success naturally. Whenever you feel anxious about money, shift your focus to gratitude. List the blessings already present in your life. Gratitude instantly lifts your vibration and restores your magnetic balance. You cannot attract wealth while radiating fear, but you can attract it effortlessly while radiating appreciation. The rich mindset is a grateful mindset. Every invention, fortune, and empire began in the mind of someone who refused to think small. The moment a person imagines something greater and believes it possible, the magnet activates. The imagination sends out a pulse to the universe, and the universe echoes back with opportunities to match. The magnet of wealth does not require background, education, or privilege. It requires consciousness. You can be surrounded by limitation and still magnetize abundance if your inner world holds a higher image. The power is not outside of you, it is within. The mind, when aligned with divine intelligence, becomes a channel for ideas that create fortune. Those ideas are wealth in seed form, and they grow according to the intensity of your belief. In 2026, the richest people will be the clearest thinkers. They will not be controlled by fear or influenced by collective panic. They will move in stillness, guided by intuition, and their magnetized minds will pull success from the unseen. This power is available to anyone who disciplines thought, guards words, and lives in expectancy. The mind is the only true currency, and when you align it with abundance, every other form of wealth follows naturally. Speak rich words, and attract rich results, because every word you utter is a decree. Every sentence a command sent into the invisible substance of creation. Words are not mere sounds, they are spiritual vibrations that carry the essence of belief. When you speak, you set forces in motion. The tongue is the pen that writes on the pages of destiny, and whatever you declare consistently, the universe must fulfill. Many people speak poverty without realizing it. They affirm limitation every day with phrases like, I can't afford it, money is slow, or, nothing ever works out for me. Each word builds a wall between them and abundance. The wise understand that the power of life and death is in the tongue, and in 2026, those who master their words will master their wealth. The spoken word directs energy. If you speak lack, you repel prosperity. If you speak abundance, you magnetize opportunities. Every phrase you speak sends a vibration that either opens or closes doors. When you begin to use your words consciously, you will notice how quickly life responds. If you wake each morning declaring, today everything works together for my increase, you align your day with prosperity's flow. Your words become invisible servants that go before you, arranging circumstances and encounters for your good. People will call it coincidence, but it is the outworking of spiritual law. The universe listens to your vibration, not your struggle. It moves according to your declaration, not your complaint. When you say, money flows to me in ever increasing amounts, the energy of wealth begins to respond. The more emotion and certainty you put behind your words, the faster they take form. Speaking is a creative act, and the more consistently you speak abundance, the more natural prosperity becomes in your life. You must speak as if your desires are already fulfilled. Words of faith carry far more power than words of hope. Hope waits, but faith declares. When you affirm, I am wealthy, you are not describing your current condition. You are commanding your future. The universe takes your words as instructions. Many delay their prosperity by waiting to see evidence before speaking abundance. But the secret is to speak it first and let reality catch up. Every fortune begins with a spoken decree. Say aloud daily, everything I touch prospers. My ideas bring me success. I am surrounded by divine supply. Do not wait until you feel rich, speak it until you become rich. The vibration of your words will reshape your feelings and conditions to match their frequency. Speech transforms energy, and energy shapes matter. Guard your mouth from contradiction. When you affirm abundance in the morning, but complain in the afternoon, you send mixed instructions to the universe. Words of complaint neutralize words of creation. You cannot bless and curse your finances at the same time and expect progress. Speak only what you want multiplied. If you talk about debt, you increase it. If you talk about opportunity, you attract it. Speak of success as though it were already unfolding, because the moment you declare it with conviction, it begins to manifest. Even casual speech carries creative power. When someone asks how business is going, say, "It's expanding beautifully," even if you see no visible change yet. Speak faith into existence. Your words are containers of spiritual energy. Fill them with prosperity and watch them materialize into tangible blessings. In 2026, the world will be filled with conflicting voices. News of economic turmoil, fear, and scarcity. But your wealth will not depend on those outer sounds. It will depend on your inner word. When the world says, "There is not enough," you must say, "Infinite supply knows no limit." When the world says, "Times are uncertain," you must say, "Everything in my world works in divine order." The more you align your speech with truth instead of appearances, the more powerful your magnetism becomes. The spoken word builds a shield around you. It becomes a fortress of vibration that repels fear and attracts faith. Every affirmation of abundance strengthens that shield until no outer circumstance can disturb your prosperity consciousness. The words you speak to others also shape your fortune. Bless everyone you meet with words of increase. Say, "May your business grow. May your ideas prosper. May abundance find you easily. What you wish for others returns multiplied." Every blessing you speak becomes a seed of prosperity in your own garden. The vibration of generosity magnetizes wealth. When you speak good into the lives of others, you align with the universal flow of giving and receiving. To curse, criticize, or speak envy is to block that flow. Keep your conversation elevated. Speak only of possibilities, not problems. The rich mind talks of expansion. The poor mind talks of obstacles. Train yourself to use words as instruments of creation, not weapons of defeat. You can reprogram your entire financial destiny simply by changing your language. Begin each day with words that affirm abundance and end each night with gratitude declarations. Say, "I am grateful for the prosperity that surrounds me. I am thankful for the wealth flowing into my life. Everything I desire is on its way to me." Gratitude words are like keys that unlock hidden doors. When spoken with sincerity, they shift your energy from wanting to receiving. The more you express gratitude verbally, the more the universe supplies reasons to be grateful. Speak these words even when your reality appears contrary. For faith-filled words have the power to override appearances and rewrite outcomes. The subconscious mind absorbs every word you speak. It does not filter truth from falsehood. It simply accepts what you declare and sets out to prove it. When you say, "I never have enough," your subconscious goes to work ensuring that statement remains true. When you say, "I am surrounded by opportunities," it begins to notice and attract them. Words are programming codes for your inner computer. Speak only those that you want realized. When you consistently affirm prosperity, your subconscious reprograms your habits, emotions, and decisions to align with abundance. You begin to act, think, and feel as a wealthy person naturally, and conditions rearrange themselves accordingly. The outer world always obeys the inner command. Speaking richly also means speaking with confidence. Your tone, rhythm, and conviction matter. Whispered affirmations of doubt carry little power, but declarations spoken with certainty carry the vibration of authority. Speak your affirmations as if they were divine decrees, not timid requests. Feel the power in your voice. Each time you declare abundance, imagine your words rippling through invisible layers of energy, organizing substance into new forms of prosperity. The more authority you speak with, the faster your words become flesh. Remember, you are not begging for wealth. You are commanding it into expression through the creative law of speech. To speak richly is also to refuse gossip, criticism, and negativity. Such speech lowers your vibration and drains your creative force. Every word of judgment you utter against another person silently judges your own prosperity. The universe mirrors the vibration you send. When you speak kindly, it rewards you kindly. When you speak destructively, it reflects destruction. Therefore, speak increase in every direction. Talk about possibilities, beauty, and progress. Even when discussing challenges, speak in solutions. Say, something wonderful is unfolding through this situation. Such words maintain your alignment with the higher frequency of abundance. In 2026, words will carry faster manifestation power than ever before, because collective energy will amplify vibration. Those who speak with faith and clarity will find their declarations fulfilled quickly, while those who speak fear and doubt will experience immediate reflection of their confusion. This is why it is vital to make every word intentional. Speak not from circumstance but from vision. Speak not from emotion but from knowing. Let your words declare what you wish to see until reality has no choice but to obey. When you understand that every word is a seed, and every sentence a spell, you begin to treat speech as sacred. You begin to realize that riches are spoken long before they are seen. Act in faith, not in fear, because every step you take in faith activates unseen forces that move mountains for your success. Faith is the bridge between the invisible and the visible, the spiritual currency that purchases everything you desire. Fear paralyzes, faith propels. Fear waits for proof before moving. Faith moves before proof appears and thereby creates the proof. The person who acts in faith is a co-creator with divine intelligence, while the one who hesitates in fear becomes a prisoner of appearances. In 2026, the speed of manifestation will favor those who act in faith swiftly, decisively, and with inner conviction. The world will reward courage and clarity, not hesitation and worry. The universe responds to confidence because confidence is another word for belief. When you act as if success is inevitable, your actions carry a magnetic force that commands cooperation from circumstances, people, and opportunities. Faith does not mean blind optimism. It means inner knowing. It means you recognize that every inspired idea carries within it the power and provision for its fulfillment. When you receive an idea that excites your spirit, act on it immediately, even if you cannot see the full picture. That spark is divine guidance trying to move you toward prosperity. Most people analyze themselves out of blessings because they want all guarantees before moving. But faith only reveals the next step. The moment you obey that step, the next one appears. You cannot wait for everything to feel safe before you act, because safety belongs to the realm of fear. Faith feels uncomfortable at first, but that discomfort is the sign of growth and expansion. Every person who has ever achieved greatness has walked through uncertainty guided by faith alone. Acting in faith means trusting the invisible more than the visible, believing that divine timing is always working for your highest good. When you act in faith, you align yourself with the creative rhythm of the universe. The energy of faith is movement, expansion, and expectancy. The energy of fear is contraction, delay, and self-sabotage. You can tell which energy you are operating from by how you feel when you make decisions. Faith feels like freedom, fear feels like pressure. Faith says, I will find a way. Fear says, what if I fail? The universe mirrors whichever one you choose. If you act in faith, it opens doors you could not plan. If you act in fear, it multiplies your obstacles. Acting in faith turns every challenge into a stepping stone. When you meet resistance, do not interpret it as a sign of failure, but as confirmation that you are moving in the right direction. Resistance only appears to strengthen your conviction. Each time you act despite fear, you weaken the hold of limitation on your life. Of faith is demonstrated not only in big leaps, but also in daily habits. The way you talk about your goals, the way you handle money, the way you treat opportunities, all reveal your faith level. When you give generously, you declare faith in endless supply. When you hoard or panic, you declare belief in lack. When you invest in your ideas, you affirm confidence in divine support. When you delay action out of doubt, you declare disbelief in your own power. The universe reads your actions more clearly than your words. You may speak abundance, but if your actions are rooted in fear, you send mixed vibrations. Align your actions with the vibration of wealth. Move as if your success is certain. Dress, speak, and behave like the prosperous person you are becoming. Every act of faith conditions the mind to expect more abundance. The more you act on faith, the stronger your intuitive guidance becomes, and the faster you attract results. Faith transforms ordinary moments into miraculous ones. When you take a step without seeing the whole path, you create a vacuum that divine intelligence fills with opportunity. Many people wonder why nothing changes in their lives. It is because they keep waiting for guarantees before acting. The law of creation demands movement. You cannot steer a parked car, and you cannot guide a stagnant life. Faith requires momentum. When you act, the unseen realm responds. When you move, invisible resources move with you. The greatest entrepreneurs, inventors, and visionaries act before the world agrees with them. They hold inner certainty that their idea is valid, even if others doubt. Their faith becomes contagious and attracts the support they need. In 2026, those who act in faith will rise faster than ever, because the energetic field of the planet will reward conviction and clarity more than logic and caution. Fear disguises itself in many forms. Overthinking, procrastination, and perfectionism. These are just elegant excuses for inaction. Acting in faith means taking the next right step, even if you cannot see 10 steps ahead. It means trusting your intuition more than opinions. It means saying yes to divine nudges, even when your mind argues for safety. Every act of courage expands your spiritual bank account. The universe loves a bold soul because boldness signals belief in abundance. When you act from this place, you become magnetic to success. The right people show up, the right ideas unfold, and doors open at the precise moment. Fear, on the other hand, isolates you. It makes you hide your talents and question your worth. But faith reminds you that you are divinely guided, divinely supported, and destined for increase. When fear whispers that you might fail, answer it with action. Do not wait to feel ready. Readiness comes through motion. Every time you act despite fear, you shift from the vibration of worry to the vibration of power. Action dissolves fear, because fear cannot coexist with forward movement. The mind that acts in faith stops dwelling on doubt and begins to focus on creation. The moment you take that leap, you send a signal to the universe that you are serious about your intention. The universe responds with speed. Resources you never imagined become available, because faith is a magnet for miracles. What once seemed impossible suddenly aligns because your action declared belief in possibility. Faith is not passive hoping, it is active trust. It is the spiritual muscle that grows stronger with use. Acting in faith also means releasing control of the outcome. You do your part, and let divine intelligence arrange the details. Fear wants to dictate how and when everything happens, but faith allows flow. You follow inspired direction, confident that what belongs to you will not miss you. This detachment is not laziness, it is supreme trust. It says, I know my good is already on its way. When you release the need to control, you make space for miracles. The universe often brings your desires in ways your logic could never plan. Faith allows this unfolding, while fear blocks it with resistance. When you surrender control, you create the perfect environment for prosperity to flourish effortlessly. Faith-driven action carries a different vibration than desperate action. Desperation stems from fear of loss, but inspired action stems from the joy of alignment. When you act from fear, you chase results and exhaust your energy. When you act from faith, you move in flow and attract results with ease. The difference lies in vibration, not effort. Faith-filled action feels light, certain, and inspired. Fear-based action feels heavy, anxious, and forced. Choose to move in faith energy each day. Ask yourself before every decision, am I acting from trust or from fear? This question keeps you aligned with your divine path. The more you act from faith, the more evidence you gather that the universe supports you, and soon fear loses all power over your choices. In 2026, success will not belong to those who wait for permission. It will belong to those who move in faith. Every inspired idea will require immediate response, because delay will close the door. The energy of this year will favor boldness and quick alignment. The ones who step out even when uncertain will discover that unseen forces clear their path. They will find help rising from unexpected places because faith multiplies assistance. Those who act in fear will watch opportunities slip away, for fear vibrates too low to hold blessings. The world is shifting into an age where belief manifests faster than effort, and those who master faith-driven action will live in overflow. Acting in faith makes you unstoppable, because it connects you with divine certainty that what is meant for you is already waiting beyond the next step.